The top 10 superheroes with disease immunity. How topical. If you're watching this in the future and the world is not suffering from the coronavirus and a bunch of self-isolation, then this video is not topical, but will still be kind of interesting to you because it isn't, it's about an interesting thing. So yes, viruses, disease immunity, who would live, who would die? Well, today we're specifically looking at superheroes who would live, who are immune to diseases, toxins, and other sort of poisons. So let's get to our list. In at number 10, Captain America. Let's start off this list small and gradually work our way up, starting with Cap himself. Captain America Steve Rogers has an origin story most of us are pretty familiar with. He was a scrawny art student who didn't cut it as a recruit during World War II until he volunteered to be part of an experiment in which he was injected with something called the Super Soldier Serum. This serum was a game changer. It gave him an enhanced physiology, with the serum keeping him in top physical form, reproducing itself in order to maintain the status quo. Now because of this, he has peak human strength, durability, reflexes, and stamina. He also has something called peak healing ability, which means he heals faster than the average person. The white blood cells in his body have been altered so that he has a high immunity, and he is able to fight off most of the microbe, foreign bodies, and other pathogens that he encounters. Or, guess, seemingly unknowingly encounters because they're tiny things. Viruses! This means he has a high immunity to most infections and diseases. He also can't get drunk because of this, so you win some, you lose some. And at number 9, Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn, who is now an anti-hero, is a woman of many talents. Trained in the field of psychoanalysis, an expert in a plethora of firearms, very talented in gymnastics, and also, she's got an indomitable will. But those are more so skills and abilities, not really powers. That brings us to the one superpower that she does have now, which is toxic immunity. And that's because her on-again, off-again girlfriend Poison Ivy has made her immune. Now Harley has immunity to most types of toxins and poisons, which includes Joker venom and Poison Ivy's touch, the latter for obvious reasons. Now this means she can fight off some diseases but might not be immune to some. So hey, I would take those odds over none at all. And at number 8, Midnighter. Midnighter is a much more sinister analog of Batman who first appeared in 1998's Stormwatch issue 4. He is a part of DC's Wildstorm imprint, and similar to Batman, he is part of that universe's Justice League, known as the Authority. He is also married to this Earth's version of Superman, Apollo. Now unlike Batman, he has enhanced abilities and powers. He has neural inductee implants, which is basically a mental computer in his head that allows him to predict the outcomes of battles before they even begin. He has the power to suppress pain, and most importantly, he has a healing factor that allows him to rapidly recover from any injury or illness. This means he's survived breaking his neck, various limbs, survived holes through his chest, burning alive, and has been said to have cleared AIDS in 6 weeks from his system because of it. He also has a secondary heart replacement and can also survive in anaerobic environments for short periods of time. Moving on to number 7, Martian Manhunter. J'onn J'onzz was first introduced to us in Detective Comics issue 225 back in 1955, and the scope of his abilities are astounding. Dude has 9 Martian senses compared to our 5 human ones, and we still have no idea what all those senses entail on his end. Anyway, because of his superior Martian physiology, he's able to grow immune to diseases in a very interesting way. He can adapt, which is something that is distinct of the Manhunter class of Martians. His body can spontaneously adjust its submolecular physiology without any prompting or conscious thought in order to help J'onn overcome threats. He is also capable of regeneration and has a regenerative healing factor. Handy. Moving on to number 6, Wolverine. Wolverine is a pretty impressive mutant, no doubt about it. The character is primarily known for 3 main ability traits: his adamantium skeleton, his retractable bone claws, and his regenerative healing factor. Like many others on this list, he can regenerate damaged or destroyed bodily tissue and organs at extremely fast rates. Generally, the rate of regeneration is proportional to the damage caused, and it is an automatic process for him. It also allows him to be immune to contaminants, resist producing fatigue toxins, and have decelerated aging. He's virtually immune from all poisons, viruses, diseases, and most drugs. He can only get drunk if he consumes a massive amount of alcohol, but even then the cycle of being drunk and intoxicated and then having a hangover occurs within like minutes or seconds sometimes. He can also be healed from being turned into a werewolf and being turned into a vampire, which probably comes in handy in the Marvel universe. 2 things you don't have to worry about. In at number 5, Thor. Being a god must be so convenient. As an Asgardian Elder God hybrid, Thor has the physiology that follows, possessing all of the aspects of an Asgardian god physically, but also having the superhuman attributes that are far more developed than other Asgardians thanks to being part Elder God, because of his mama. This includes his invulnerability. Now he's got full immunity to any human ailments and diseases, toxins, poisons, you name it, and he's highly resistant to most basic injuries. On top of that, Thor has depicted immunity to both lead and radiation poisoning, and is also very resistant to extreme temperatures. Speaking of gods, that actually brings us to our next number. In at 4, Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman post New 52 has divine empowerment. That gives Diana a slew of superhuman abilities from strength to durability to speed to reflexes, and also an accelerated healing factor. She possesses an immunity to poisons, toxins, and diseases, and in the event that she suffers from a serious injury, she's able to heal from it at an accelerated rate, within minutes or even seconds depending on the severity. What else is there to say? You just can't beat the divine when it comes to disease immunity. Moving on to our number 3 spot, the Hulk. One could argue that Bruce Banner, aka the Hulk, is pretty OP'd, and yes, that's true. He has unlimited strength. The angrier he gets, the more that strength and resistance increases. That doesn't mean he can't get hurt though. Not that it really matters though, since his regenerative healing factor is bad insane. He can regenerate damaged or destroyed areas of his body with impressive speed, systematically regenerating his internal organs in an alternate reality in Incredible Hulk: The End. And because of this, he has decelerated aging, retroactive immortality, and of course disease immunity. He is invulnerable to all Earth-based viruses and diseases and can operate under intense conditions for long periods of time thanks to his body not developing fatigue toxins at a normal rate. Up next, number 2, a man who is often melodramatically called a god, Superman, and also all Kryptonians. Of course Superman has immunity to diseases, he is Superman after all. But fun fact, all Kryptonians have this ability. It's part of their physiology. Now, a Kryptonian physiology allows an individual like Superman to absorb solar energy. His body contains a few different organs that lack analogs in humans, meaning that there is nothing to compare those organs to from our own bodies. It's believed that because of these organs and his biocellular matrix, yellow solar energy can be stored within his body for later use. He also has heat vision, super hearing, enhanced vision, flight, you name it. Now, because of his dense molecular structure and supercharged bioelectric aura, he's nigh invulnerable to extreme sources of energy and is immune from toxins and diseases. He also doesn't need to eat or sleep if he's got enough solar energy stored, and doesn't require oxygen to breathe. And last but not least, in our number 1 spot, Deadpool. Deadpool is the most obvious number 1 that our list could have. His whole shtick is his genetically enhanced physiology and regenerative healing factor. Now, having gained these abilities from the experimentation he endured during the Weapon X program, Deadpool, aka Wade Wilson's healing powers are derived from those of Wolverine's, allowing him to regenerate damaged or even destroyed body tissue at a super accelerated rate. He's even been able to survive being decapitated because of this. Now, that's interesting. And because of this healing factor, the unique regenerative qualities of his physiology extend to his immune system, meaning he can't catch infections, diseases, develop any sort of disorders, and is also resistant to various elemental factors. He also can't get drunk, or do drugs, much to his disdain. Alright, there we have it, friends. What other superheroes can you think of that have disease immunity? Give us a shout in those comments below and let us know who we missed. If you guys dug this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, share it with a friend, and subscribe to Top 10 Nerd. We'd love it if you stuck around with us during all this virus craziness. Keep each other company. In the meantime, thanks for watching. I'll catch you all in the next one.